Welcome back. This is a video all about PHP. Now in this specific video, we will be covering a couple of things. This is video and chapter number 16. In the previous video, we chatted about data types and we kind of went into more detail as to what is data types and how can we use it, how can we use it to our benefit. And we also had a look at a couple of integers, arrays, and objects. We also went into depth detail as to what a object is and what a null value is. In this video, we are kind of going to discuss string functions, constants, operators, if and else if functions, a switch, while loops, for loops. We're going to have a look into detail as to what a function is. Then we're going to get back to and dive deep into what arrays are. We're going to have a look at sorting arrays and super globals. So let's start off by looking at our string functions. Now, before we start off with this, I'm just going to connect to my server so we have that and we have our working area. So the last time I left you, we worked with the integer page, the int. Now we're just going to go ahead and create a new page and save it as our string.php. Okay, so once that is saved, I'm going to go ahead and copy the first bit over from any other document as we normally do it. I'm just going to hit copy, I'm going to hit paste over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and close my body tag and go ahead and close my HTML tag. There we go. So I'm just going to hit save, and that we have our environment ready. So what is a PHP string function? Now in this video, we'll look at some commonly used functions to manipulate strings. Now the PHP strlen function returns the length of the string in characters. Now let's have a look at what it is. So let's create an example for that. So in your body tags, I want you to create a new PHP, and we're just going to close this PHP. And in this section, we're going to write echo strlen, and we are going to write inside of it, we're just going to say hello world. We're going to save this and we are going to test this. We're going to see if this is actually working. There we go. So basically what it did is it counted how many string values there are. So let's have a look. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 values. So if I go and remove the space, for instance, and save it and press reload over here, you will see we have 11. So that's a great way of counting how many string items are available inside of the string parentheses. Okay, so that was basically looking at using the strlen function. Now the output of the code above, as we've seen, will show us 12. Now the strlen is often used in loops or other functions. Now when it's important to know when a string ends. For example, in a loop, we might want to use it to actually stop a loop, or stop a loop after a specific string number or a string character. So after, let's say, number 13 or number 12, we want it to stop. Now that's basically using the strlen. Now the next thing we're going to have a look at is using the PHP strpos function. Now the strpos function is used to search for a specific character or text within a string. If a match is found, it will return a character or position of its first match. Now, if no match is found, it will return false. Let's have a look at an example that we can create. So I'm just going to say hr, and I'm going to say br, and I'm going to create a new PHP block. Inside of the block, I'm going to write echo strpos, and then I'm going to write Excuse me. I'm going to write hello world again, and then we're going to say comma. I'm going to say world. Okay, so once we've done that, I'm going to hit save. And then if we refresh it, you'll see that we have the number showing number 6. So why is it actually showing number 6? Now let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this means that the word starts at number 6 of the whole of everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is where it starts. So that is basically what strpos does. So the output of the code, as we've seen, shows 6. Now the position of the string, the world, for example, above in this code that we've written is 6. Now the reason for that is at 6 and not 7 is that the first character position is of course 0. So you will go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. That's where we start with the actual word. Now that is basically looking at the two string characters. Now that was strings. The next thing we're going to chat about is basically constants. And how we can manipulate constants to get what we want. So I'm going to hit save here with a new document. I'm gonna save it as constant.php. And once again, I'm just going to copy the first bit over. And I'm just going to go ahead and close my body and close my HTML. Cool. So once that is done, we can then open up our PHP over here. Okay, now let's chat about constants. Now a constant is an identifier name, like for instance a name, for a simple value. Now the value cannot be changed during the script. Okay, so a valid constant, okay, a valid constant name starts with a letter or underscore, no $sign before the constant name. Now, unlike variables, constants are automatically global across the entire script. Excuse me. Okay, so let's chat about this. Why is it that way? Now, let's go. A constant, by definition, are variables which cannot be modified during the execution of the script. Now, constants are typically recognizable by the recommended naming convention of all caps. Okay. Now let's chat about the syntax. A coder can only define a constant with the define function. Okay. Following the API of the function, we would find the constants can be defined as basically what I'm going to show you in a bit. Now, to set a constant, like I said, we use the define function. It takes 3 parameters. The first parameter defines the name of the constant. The second parameter defines the value of the constant. And the optional third value or parameter specifies whether the constant name should be case insensitive or not. The default is false. Now, excuse me. For example, below, we're going to now create a case sensitive constant with a welcome to PHP. Now, how are we going to do this? Like I said, we are going to start off by hitting define. Then we're going to